Lee Romero, CorrienteLatina.com. Guys, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Quick and brief, I know that. I caught the film last night. I thought it was beautiful. It's unique, it's fun, it's vibrant, it's got a little bit of everything, you know, for kids, for adults, and I'm just curious to know, you guys play brothers in the film. Did you bond for the role before going into the recording studio?
The funny thing is, we hadn't met until about 2 weeks ago. And the movie was finished. We worked on it for a year separately, and we completely relied on the directors to make sure that we were hitting the right tones. They would tell me what he had said or what he had done or how he had done something in the booth, and I would react off that accordingly. And but funny enough, we talked about this. Once we met, we felt like we'd known each other forever. We do feel like brothers now, but we didn't actually meet until 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he calls me up at night, make sure I'm going to bed on time, making sure I'm eating my vegetables. He's already,
That's great, because it did come off well. Even though it's animation, but it came off, that connection was beautiful.
Cool.
How did the project land on your knees? Like, how did you come across it? You know, who called you? Did you nag someone? Or
I mean, for me, I'd worked with this director in this past, Dave Payne. He's a buddy of mine, and he knows, you know, the casting directors over here. And they've been looking for Hero because they wanted to cast true to the ethnicity. You know, they wanted an Asian American and Japanese American, and you know, they were getting to the point where they were calling up just, you know, everybody just to try and find him. So when Dave said, "Have you met Ryan?" and they said, "No, please bring him in." I came in. They were excited to have me, and I was excited to be there. So it wasn't your average audition. It wasn't like, how did I do? It was more like, I was in there, I was working with them, I was creating this character, and it was a blast. I mean, honestly, I would have been just happy to have auditioned for this film. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, same. I got a call from my agent, and they told me about it. I'd already known about it because I had a friend who was involved, so I was kind of hopeful that I may get a call. And then when I did, I got super nervous because, you know, whenever you really want something, you get nervous. And I'd never done a voiceover audition before. I didn't realize how hard it would be. And it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was intense. And I walked out of it thinking the same thing. If I don't get this, which I hope I do, just doing that audition was like like a 10-hour therapy session for me. I walked out feeling so great, so good about what I'd done. So it was just amazing. And then I got the call, and it was incredible.
That's so crazy because Scott said his was about an hour. You're saying yours was almost 2 hours.
I think mine was about 2 hours. I did the whole movie.
It was like 30 minutes, and I was like, oh yeah, it was very bizarre. But I mean, that's longer than any audition I've been on. So I thought it was long, and when you guys said that
I did this thing where I started riffing forever. They just let me go, and I thought, is this what I'm supposed to do? And I'd be like talking about random stuff, and it was really freeing. But maybe they were just like, we could end this thing 2 hours.
Yeah, they're like, why is he still here? What's going on?
Cool. And I guess, you know, when Big Hero 6 pretty much hit the theaters pretty soon, give my readers a message as to why it's important to go watch Big Hero 6.
Well, I mean, even the way you started off the interview, the way that, you know, how, you know, you're the way you were talking about the film. You know, everyone who's seen the film so far hasn't come up to us and been like, "Oh, nice film. Let me ask you a few questions." We feel from you guys that you've had a very personal, you know, experience with the film.
It's very touching.
It's very touching, and you know, it's unlike anything I've worked on before. People are like, "Oh, nice project. Here's this and that. And let me ask you about this." But even the interviewers have, you know, the people who've gone and seen the film already, they've already fallen in love with the film, and I think that just speaks volumes for people who are going to go see the film. You know, I think people are going to fall in love with this film.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes it's hard, like when you're looking for a perfect Christmas gift for someone or for a group of people, and you can't ever satisfy everyone. This is that one movie that, I mean, there's something in it for everyone. There's something in it for adults, for kids, for parents. You know, there's so many lessons in this movie. You can take your kid to this movie and know that when you walk away, that child is going to have been improved in some way, had learned something. And as an adult, you can go, it's good for the soul, this film. It touches you in many different ways. It's sad, it's funny, there's action, adventure. There's no reason I couldn't recommend this film. There's just nothing bad that I could say about it.
Great. Thank you very much, guys.